I did. Interested in.
I know somebody wanted to attend.
It's 1 o'clock. We need to call the Historic District Commission to order. We have a roll call, Jan.
Pat Brown,
Here.
Andy Esters, Kathy Golden,
Here.
Wayne Keith, Ken Savells.
Here.
You have a quorum.
We have a quorum. Has everyone had a chance to read the meeting minutes from Monday, January the 12th?
Yes. I move the minutes be approved.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. New business, ordinance number 1545, an ordinance establishing procedures for the protection and preservation of the character and properties within the Harrison Courthouse Square Historic District. The city did adopt that ordinance in their last meeting of February 26th. And apparently it's been filed and it will be published in the Harrison Daily Times. Any
It
discussion?
should have been
Should have
Saturday.
been this Saturday, so
Yeah.
Okay.
30 days.
Yes,
Okay, so as of April 7th, it will be
Official,
in effect.
okay. So April what did you say?
seventh.
Any discussion or comments or questions in regards to this ordinance?
No.
That did go through 3 readings, correct?
Yeah, they did 3 readings at 3 separate council meetings just to keep it clean.
Did any comments come up?
Nothing significant. As far as really nothing after we got through the public hearing.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah. Ian, any questions in regards to that for you?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay. Second item on the agenda is application for certified local government status. The discussion is the next steps to apply for the status. Wade?
So we've got to go ahead and complete the application for certification. I did start drafting some of this. I was hoping to do most of this last week, but that did not happen. And Ian, I'm going to get you what I have so far. So there's several sections in the application. Some of them are pretty straightforward as far as, section 1 and 2, and even section 3. Section 5 and 6 are probably the 2 that will require the most attention. And Ian, you can jump in. So section 5, where it's described your system for survey and inventory. I think Ian is going to recommend we include some stuff in our bylaws that we can reference as part of this application. And it would be tied into how, this is the local government procedures. And I highlighted the sections that we'll need to look at.
And we're talking about this bylaw.
Yes.
Okay.
Is that a signed copy of the bylaws?
Mine,
Yes.
do not think so, but I'll,
Okay, because in September, y'all voted to adopt the bylaws with the exception of.
it is not, it doesn't even have a signature page on it.
We'll get that.
I had the original markup one that we did, then I guess this is for final revision. For September the 1st. I have not received a final copy of it. Do we have that somewhere?
Yeah, it was in the packet. I was that we had you sign it. Okay. But I'll be getting you an updated version with some of the stuff. So, talking about survey and inventory of local historic resources, ties a lot into section D, or 2.D, which I just flipped it over and highlighted it. Ian, what suggestions do you have as far as how we set up our process for the survey, the inventory? That's one I don't have a great feel for yet, other than just reading through these procedures.
Yes, I don't have. I think the beauty of it is that you don't have to be terribly specific, and I really wouldn't recommend that you get too specific because you don't know what you don't know in terms of what's going to happen 10 or 15 years down the road. So what I meant in my email was that if you guys have certain ideas where you want to get more specific, you can put those in your bylaws. But if you just want to follow what is in the procedures in section 2D, you can do that. And I think that would be sufficient for the CLG certification process.
So right now, I guess the inventory that we have is the original listing.
Yes.
Correct.
That goes all the way back to what year?
It was done in 1999,
Yeah.
and so the period of historical significance is
50 years.
1949 back to, I can't remember.
Technically, the inventory that you guys have is every building that AHPP has ever surveyed in Harrison,
Right.
which is beyond the district. There are probably 20, 30, 40 other buildings, maybe. I'd have to count exactly.
So do we need to create, I guess at a local level, we need to create an inventory of all those documents and have that available at a local level? And then
Yes.
what would be the process on our requirements to update or to resurvey?
Some of those may have been surveyed and may have been found that they will never be eligible. And so at that point, you don't really need to look at those any further. Some of them may have been looked at early and they may not be eligible for the register yet, but that could have been 15 years ago and now they are eligible. So that would be a conversation with other folks in my office to figure out what the current status is. So really the main thing is just having a plan to consult with the National Register team in my office to formulate a plan. And then you guys as the Historic District Commission on the ground, you know your city better than anyone. So just kind of keeping an eye out for buildings that may be turning 50 years old or may have some sort of special significance in town. And you can tell us about it. You can survey it yourselves with one of our forms, whatever the case may be. Really, the federal requirement isn't that you do it one certain way. It's just that you have a plan of some kind to perform survey and inventory. So they don't specify that your plan has to be X, Y, and Z. They just specify that you have a plan. So makes it a little easier.
Was that plan done through a consultant or through ourselves?
This isn't really a finite grant project. It's more of something that should just go on over years and years and years. So it can be done at your own pace.
He made a comment about buildings turning 50 years old. Seems like when you all did that inventory that we started out with, the photos and everything, you had a lot of detail, like buildings built in this era, etc. It'd be interesting to see what's in the current historic district now that's not 50 years old.
I'm not sure there's anything left now.
I
think everything's going to be 75 or before.
I don't think so.
That'd be my take.
But now, so with a district though, those buildings don't automatically have the opportunity to be contributory just because they're not 50. Would we have to redo the listing to extend that period of significance for the district?
Well, the survey and inventory plan is looking way beyond the district.
Yeah.
You have your review power of the district, but the Historic District Commission is Harrison's HDC. So you should be looking to survey and inventory anywhere in the city limits. And that doesn't mean that you have to go out and create another local ordinance district. It doesn't mean that you have to force National Register listing on anyone. All you're doing is making a plan to document buildings. That's all this is.
Document anything the HDC sees as one, past that 50-year, and two, something that has some level of significance within the community. So
That's
We're
correct.
thinking like some of the older homes on Pine Street down past the creek side and stuff.
potentially, yeah. But
That's
again,
exactly the sort of thought that we're looking for. Just
Right.
areas, individual buildings, whatever.
it's more just to have that information available, say, we let a property owner know they might have the potential, if it's something they're interested in pursuing, then we help them with that process, or
Yes, yes. If people in town start to hear what you guys are doing, they're already thinking, hey, I might pursue National Register listing, they may come to you first, and then you can tell them what you'd like to tell them, direct them to my office, whatever you'd like to do. But yes, and then there's also sort of the component of if you find something that's really intriguing, you can tell us about it. I mean, some of my colleagues travel around the state about 40 to 45 weeks a year surveying. So there may come a time where we're up in Harrison anyway, and I may reach out. Is there anything we should check out while we're in town?
okay.
So, and that doesn't mean you have to have an answer, nothing like that. But we may, if you have anything, it's always good to let us know.
I think that helps me a little bit with section 5 and kind of.
Yeah.
Something for that and something to update. And the reason you're saying to update the bylaws is the National Park Service it likes to see that, that plan in general terms in a binding document versus.
Yes, they like to see it on a local document that will sort of stick, as opposed to just the plan that you write down on your application that it goes into them. That way, in 15 or 20 years, when there's a new commission, they see that there's some sort of a planning document where this process will go on.
And then section 6 is describe the process that will be used for participation in the National Register program and how public participation requirements will be carried out. And so this is where somebody's actually applying for a listing. The AHPP is seeking comment back from the local HDC, or is there an expectation that the HDC would be the first point of contact for those people interested in doing?
In the vast majority of cases, it will be someone from my office. Our National Register coordinator will send a letter to the commission. Wade, it'll probably be addressed to you, but it'll be for the commission, letting you know that, building X at this address, we're pursuing National Register listing, and we would like the commission to weigh in officially.
But that's if the individual is pushing for that registration, correct?
It would also be if my office is pursuing it.
Oh, okay. You may be pursuing it.
Yes. My office, we generate listings regularly as well. So. And we're required by the federal government to get CLG comment on all National Register listings. So that's a pretty simple one. You guys can just put a short paragraph in your bylaws just describing that you will talk about National Register listings you hear about from us at your next public meeting. And that pretty much covers it.
And then just address that the meetings are public and have it. Okay.
Yeah. Just put it on the agenda and that's it.
Is there any reason for us to push any of these buildings to be on the National Register?
If you really think that one is worthy of it, if it's outside of the Courthouse Square district and you know about one, you can let us know.
Like the Boone County Jail. I mean, it's just surprises me that
Yeah,
it's not on.
that's out of the district by 50 feet.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm talking about the current one, yeah.
I'll look into
the-
that.
You know, and
You're
even,
talking about the one that's now sanctuary, right?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I bet we've surveyed it, so I'll figure out why it's not listed.
And, you know, there's a number of houses along Pine Street that, you know, Raby Road's old house.
And you drop back into Cherry Street and some of those, and there's some people doing some pretty good work back in there. Driving
Mhm.
around looking, they're doing what we're talking about.
And, you know, and then the Victorian house over on Central that, you know, Cindy Garrison originally restored back. But, yeah, there's just a lot of buildings. And the rock houses, I mean, that rock building back up there just west of Dollar General. That isn't there somebody going to?
They have purchased it, they do plan on renovating it, they don't have a whole lot of plans yet.
Yeah.
Talking about the old church that sits up.
No, it's a rock. It's rock building. I
The
mean,
rock building's a little more commercial in nature,
Yeah.
Okay,
but, just west of
Yeah, just
the section of the square that has,
that bicycle
yeah,
shop,
bicycle shop where,
oh, okay.
just west of Dollar
I
General.
know what you're
Not
talking
the
about,
Dollar
yeah.
General on,
It's where you go up the
Ridge.
hill,
or on, not
on
Ridge,
the right end.
Rush.
Yeah. Know what you're talking about.
so it sounds like, I mean, obviously get the plan, develop a little bit of a plan, which I can get out to everybody pretty quick as far as how we're going to do that. But it sounds to me, first step would be to inventory everything that has had some sort of survey done on it within the community, and then kind of get that compiled into something similar to what I did for the buildings within the districts, where we have a listing and you can kind of see the status, when it was surveyed.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And we can even share the survey forms with you, and you can have
Okay.
those available to the public digitally or paper, whichever you'd like. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, do you need some help on section 5 and section 6?
I may need some help on section 5, because,
Do we want to try to work something out today?
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I guess.
I mean, otherwise, be,
I think it's, isn't it pretty much what Ian said? Here's what I wrote down.
Okay,
Create a local inventory using the National Register listings to see what is now eligible, and add additional properties to list there, and encourage applications for National Register. And remain in contact with Ian's office or the state. And we got them in the bylaws, as he suggested. That's the note I took down.
Does section 5 pertain to things that aren't already, does it pertain only to things that are not in the current historic district as we've defined it?
I think, I mean,
Because we got that survey you did with all the photos.
yeah, I think that would be part of the inventory, but that would just be
Yes.
to the district, which we've got a pretty good, I mean, we've gotten that in pretty good shape right now.
I think so. Yeah.
I think now it's a matter of building the overall inventory of historic resources, which would be Rose Hill, which just got listed on the register. Camp Jack building has a survey, it's eligible for listing, it's just not been formalized.
Yeah.
Things of
The
that.
museum building, the old school building that the museum uses
Very
historic.
well. Is it
I
on
thought
the
it
register?
was on the register.
It may already be on there.
Is it? Okay.
But I guess that's what our inventory is going to show, is it's going to show, everything that's on the register, whether it's the district or individually listed, everything that's been surveyed, its current status of whether it's eligible for listing, not eligible for listing.
Even the current school administration building is,
Yeah.
And then over time,
that thing's been there forever.
we build that, the inventory to also include, properties that the commission believes might be historic in nature, even though maybe they're not surveyed yet, it may be something that we want to point out, or at least keep on our inventory and eventually work with the property owner or notify AHPP, it might be worth taking a look at this property. So it's more figuring out what we got and where it's at.
You know, is there a real advantage for it to be registered to the property owner? Or is there a downfall to it also?
I think that's gonna,
It's honorary only, National Register listing. So if they stop there, they could bulldoze it tomorrow with no problems. It only gets you tax credits and grants if you pursue them. Those come with rules, but just getting listed does not. But yes, your inventory is within the district, it's outside the district and the entire city limits. It's things on the National Register, things that are or are not eligible for the National Register but have been surveyed, and things that you think should be surveyed. That all is within the inventory. So
Yeah,
Do
but
we have
section,
an inventory of what's registered in?
nope,
that
not yet.
we have that on our website, and you guys
I
are
can get the
welcome to
info.
copy it.
Internet, yeah.
Okay.
so this, section 5, what I'm seeing doesn't include the word process, but what I'm hearing is they want to know the process we'll use
Yeah,
to keep that up. And I think it, driving around town kind of thing, but one thing that was mentioned earlier is let the local folks know that if they
Yeah.
wanted to pursue these things, they could.
Right.
And then as if any of us are driving around and see an address that looks good, we ought to bring it back to the next meeting.
I mean, when did the Nances build the house at the end of?
Park Avenue,
Yeah.
Park Avenue.
well,
Oh,
Yeah,
that's way over 50 years ago.
I mean,
yeah, that was when,
It-
well, let's see,
They
I
probably
think
built that
maybe
house
junior, well,
in
I was we were in
60s.
junior high, maybe.
late 60s.
Yeah,
I mean,
maybe.
you know,
late
anything
60s.
designed by Fay Jones.
Yeah.
To a degree,
It's
something you wanna,
but
That's an interesting way to look at
we
it.
could add to every monthly agenda of always to ask if any members have any historic properties to bring up as a possible historic resource.
Right.
And just make that a permanent thing that's on our mind at every meeting. And then come up with next steps from there.
I think everything you guys have laid out is a pretty good plan. I mean, you don't have to really outthink yourselves on this. They just want to know that you have given it thought. So I think that's enough.
I think I can get something written that doesn't lock us in too much, but lays out
Yeah.
pretty good.
And that, so they're just 7 sections?
There's 7 sections. Well, there's a section 8. I haven't got to. And it's more a list, it's more of a checklist of stuff to pull together. Letter of request from the mayor, I've already got that drafted, so that won't be, Ian provided a template, and it's just a matter of having the mayor do that and sign it. Copies of all the ordinances, maps, I've already got that, good. Copy of any guidelines used by the commission in making decisions regarding COAs. I guess right now that's solely gonna be the,
SOI standards.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll figure out how the Park Service wants that. They wrote the
Okay.
SOI standards. I don't know why you need to send those in, but I'll figure that out.
And sample public notice of a hearing, sample, probably, we've got plenty of agendas. And so a sample copy of an applicant's notice of the commission's decision, is that basically a COA response or?
Yes. Yes. It would be your official, after the meeting, your official letter of how the meeting went,
And so just a template form set up, because we.
Yes.
And then list of commission members, and then I will need to get resume info from each of you. Pat's already given me his. I'll have to send out the commissioners that are not here. Ken, I can get with you.
Okay.
It's,
One page.
yeah, it's a one pager. You can just email me the info you want in it, handwrite it on there, and then we'll get it.
And I'll just use the one that I'd already submitted and add, I think it wants to know how long I've been on and how long
Okay.
the term is.
And so that's it. I think can have all this pulled together within a couple of weeks, definitely before the next
I
meeting.
gave Wade my resume, but how detailed or how undetailed does it need to be?
Did he fill out the one I sent or was it his?
Yeah, he
own?
filled out the one and then also just attached his general resume as
Oh,
well.
I think that's fine. I think that's fine. As long as the questions on there are answered. Yeah.
So when do we need to have those into you by?
The resumes, within a week or two would be good.
Okay.
Cause see, our next commission meeting would be in April. The April 13th. I can easily have a completed application packet ready, I think, with the direction I've received here by then, unless you guys want to schedule a meeting in between just to go quicker. Is
There's better in my book at this point.
setting the deadline will make me do it if you have
Yeah.
another meeting between now and April,
I mean,
just to be.
we still got a long way to go.
I can have this filled out, you know.
Or, I mean, or
Day or
it may not require a meeting, just getting it turned into Wade, and then
Mhm.
Yeah.
if there's any
That's the
questions, then.
And then I can send out the completed application packet once everything's ready and combined into a PDF out to the commissioners to review, and then you can just ask me questions, or you can call a meeting at that point. But I recommend giving me a deadline to send it out.
Cause we need to get that information. to Wade.
That way, when someone else wants to change
I
when
understand.
someone else wants to change my schedule, I have a hard deadline from the commission I'm working on.
I love deadlines, especially that whooshing sound they make when you go past them.
Yeah.
What's the wish of the commission?
Well, we could easily set the deadline to make sure that we all had our stuff to him, with these resumes or nothing, that won't take but a day or so, 2 days, but
Be done
the
today.
rest of it, I'd say.
I've got mine done, so.
Yeah. And
By
it's
the
really,
end of
it's really
March?
what
Yeah,
you have to do,
yeah.
Wade, it's
I
by
don't
the
want
end
to
of the
put any
month.
any more burden on you than you need.
If we had to have our stuff to him by the end of March, then that'd mean at the April meeting, we could approve it all and submit it.
True.
But I mean,
That's
I'll-
kind of Wade, that's kind of my thought. If you had the packet ready for the commission to approve at the April meeting, you could theoretically be a CLG by your May meeting.
Okay.
Yeah. If everything runs smooth.
So I'm gonna set myself an internal deadline of March 27th to have the packet ready and sent out. That way there's a couple weeks ahead of that
Okay, so
actual
everybody-
meeting.
You'll need to get your information to Wade by a couple of days before.
Yeah, I mean, the resumes will be easy then, so.
Oh, yeah. That's,
Okay.
What was the date?
Uh,
27.
have a complete draft application packet ready by March 27th.
yeah. Kind of coming up with the words that fit a loosely defined section 5 and 6 are gonna be the hardest part,
Yeah, yeah.
as I see it.
And then, so also at that April meeting, we'll need to update modified, bylaws with the survey language as well. And we may have, I've got to go back and look, there may be some good language in there already addressing the, participation in
So we need,
listings.
you say we're gonna have to modify these bylaws?
Yes, for
Just
section
admit-
5 and section 6,
Mhm.
those plans, it would be good to be able to point, to explain the process, but also point to a local binding agreement that kind of puts that in the, that's the way it'll be.
Yes. Yeah. The other option was amending the ordinance, and that's obviously a lot more difficult than the commission just voting to add a couple of sections to the bylaws. So.
Okay.
I wanna look. James, you could pull it up or something, or somebody, Wade. To amend the bylaws, does it just take a quorum, or do we have to have more than?
It's,
'Cause usually we've been having 4 of us here with the absence of Andy.
There has to be publication too, I think.
2/3 majority. So we need 4.
Hmm.
Yeah. It's 3 out of 5, it's not 2/3.
And when is her term expired?
She is up for
This
renewal,
month.
so,
Right now?
yeah.
It's expired now. I mean, it's
It
over.
is.
Okay, so she's not even
Well,
really
I
voting
think
member.
technically the 31st
So,
of this month.
yeah.
She technically is a voting member. If her term
If-
expired. If she,
So,
unless she elects to renew.
so looking at the commission, the language creating the commission, I believe it will say the term lasts until either they resign or the appointment is replaced. So I'd have to get, I mean, she is on a 1-year term.
No, there is that. What's Eddie Bartlett, the head of the Harrison Downtown?
Main
deal?
Street.
Main Street.
Main Street, I wonder if there's somebody on that or Eddie that would have. the
Well, I'm on the
interest.
I'm on the Main Street
Oh,
board
okay.
with Donna. I don't know, do you know? I don't know of anybody historically,
No, I don't think so.
they're just local business owners downtown.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah, I don't know where
Mike
you get.
Neighbors, oh, well, Mike's out of
He
town.
lives out of town.
You'd be a great one to have on, but.
If you guys could get Andy before the end of the month, could you do a called meeting to amend the
Yeah.
bylaws?
Probably, or I can just have I'll reach out to Andy and kind of explain where we're at. I know she's felt pretty bad about her struggle to sometimes attend with her travel at work. But if we
Probably
can,
hasn't attended 20%.
Hmm?
She probably hasn't attended 20%.
No, not at all. Even by Zoom, so.
Well, we could reduce the number of our quorum if we were to request her resignation.
I don't know how that works, because I think we have to have a minimum of 5.
Yeah,
Well,
Yes. State
See
law.
if she can, we can do a special call meeting, I would think. Although I'm gonna be gone last week of March.
well, I'll be gone 22nd through the 26th.
Also, in the September meeting, you approved the bylaws with the section regarding advisory opinions tabled until further input from Ian when the bylaws could be amended. So that's where they stand right now.
I think that was, we were discussing advisory committees or standing committees within the commission. That's my recollection of that.
Well, I could talk to John Arthur if she decides she doesn't want to.
I'll reach out to Andy this afternoon and see what she says. Does John Arthur have a good history background? I just don't know him real well. I mean, he's gonna know a lot about this community.
He's gonna know a lot about it. Yeah, I mean, Yeah, I mean, as far as history about any of the buildings, I don't know.
I wouldn't think so. An extraordinary one. He grew up here, but then left town. He's certainly a key player, but I don't think about the history aspect. I don't know anybody with a history degree.
Yeah, college may have somebody that.
I reached out to Dr. Rick when we were first looking, and he put it out to some of his people that would have had, that history background, and I never got anything out of them. Again, and living inside the city can limit us, just because we have so many people involved here that live
Yeah, just out.
just in the general area.
And I will say commissions across the state deal with that problem. So as long as you make the best effort to fill the spots with qualified individuals, if you can't, you can go get the best people for the job that you can get. So
And they can be outside the city?
No, they have to be inside the city. Really, ideally, we would have an architect,
Geologist.
historian, an archaeologist, like an architectural historian. I mean,
landscape architect.
We got, we managed architect, landscape architect, and someone, because Andy has got advanced degrees in history, so, and a background in doing, museum work, and so
Yeah,
we,
I hear you. I think.
it's the archaeologist we'll probably never find here.
That's a hard one to get.
Yeah.
But a lot of commissions have business owners or people plugged into some, whatever their version of Main Street is, and that's okay. So
That's kind of where my mind's at, is find somebody that's got a deep interest in keeping Harrison in the old style. Cause I don't see us fulfilling some of those like you
No.
just mentioned.
No, and that's, like you come into play because you're a property owner downtown,
I've been here a
you have a
long
vested
time.
interest, and
Yeah,
so. So,
Well, just everybody give it some thought, if you think of somebody that would be a nice fit.
now I will,
And again, I don't, John, I mean, he goes back to Washington a lot. He still has his house in Virginia,
yeah.
so I don't know how often he's even.
I know he's on, the college commissions and stuff like that, so he makes meetings. I know that.
Mhm,
Yeah.
definitely. It does.
I see him walking around the soccer fields about once a week usually in the evening.
And he may live up at that house up right up above the creek.
Yeah.
That was John Paul's.
Then the other one on Oak up
Up,
on west of Cherry and that whole area up there. I don't know. All right, we'll think about it.
I bet he lives in town. Be very surprised.
Now, I don't know if he's registered to vote here, as in this is his primary, but I can find that out. I've got a list of that. I can find that out pretty quick.
I bet he is. A while back, a couple of years ago, he ran for a position.
Correct,
He did?
in a primary,
Ran,
District 5,
yeah,
I think, or.
I don't know if he ran for his dad's old position or not early on, but he has run politically here many years ago.
So I don't remember that.
What about, again, thinking of somebody with downtown ownership, you think of the Harness family?
Beth
You mean?
Beth
Beth.
Crenshaw,
Crenshaw, but she's got a shop downtown.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and she's on the Main Street.
Oh, is it?
Does she live in the city?
So I've kind of
I
given up
think she
on,
does live
Moved out of
town.
town, yeah.
I've given up on finding a historian just because I can't think of one, but so I think of people who have an interest in money down there.
Yeah, yes, but she does live out of town.
Mhm.
Well, they used to live in the old Nance house. years ago.
Yep,
Who did?
Beth and her husband.
They did?
yeah.
I don't remember
20
that.
years,
I mean, that's just the same street I live on.
15 years ago.
Yeah, it was,
Huh.
yeah, it was back when I first moved back to Harrison. Right across them. Okay, so I'll reach out to Andy one to see what her thoughts are going forward. I mean, her attendance has been an issue, so she can't address it. But I will push to get what we need in the bylaws drafted so that you guys can call a special meeting if we can at least get a time.
Well, even if, if we can just get Wayne here.
We need Wayne.
And he.
Wayne will be around.
Yeah, he'll be around. So
I'll be
we'll
gone
have,
the
we'll have.
last
our
week of
2/3 vote.
of March. But if we can set up a time, I can make a Zoom most likely.
Yeah.
Earlier in the day, the better. But
Just find the time. We can make sure we can get 4 ready to go
Ready.
for that
Right.
and get that part done, and then we'll plan on the rest in April. Bless
Okay.
it. And
So-
until the mayor makes a decision on appointing or not reappointing or appointing someone else for Andy, her name will remain as a
Okay.
commission member.
oh,
Okay,
even
so
though her
we're
term
agreed.
expires, she'll stay on.
There's language in there. I was actually reading it this morning when I was working on some stuff. that-
Okay,
I mean,
that's fine.
So Wade will get the stuff in by the 27th. So is there a problem with everybody having their stuff in by the 23rd?
No,
No problem at all.
That'll give him a couple of days. Okay. So we need to let Wayne know.
Yeah, I told Wayne, he let me know he wasn't coming. I told him I'd follow up
Yeah,
with
just
him.
have him let him know the 23rd to get his information. Any other items in regards to item B on our agenda?
Nope.
Okay, next item is Historic Commission Resolution number 1, a resolution binding the Harrison Historic District Commission to establish design standards for development specific to the district.
So this is similar to, the recommendations that N's making with our bylaws. But I guess there's been issues with other CLGs dragging their feet on getting their design standards put in place. Is why NPS is looking for something.
I guess so. I don't know. This one came out of the blue on a call we had with the Park Service in January, and they said they would not look at CLG applications unless some sort of language like this was included in the packet. So and that's not really written down anywhere, but that's what they told us. So I'm just suggesting this to avoid any issues.
Is
What
this
that?
where we were talking about hiring a firm?
Yes. I think this is where we would hire. Once we get CLG status, we would apply for a grant in order to hire somebody to help us develop those standards that are specific to.
Yes,
We're thinking 50,000.
they're about, yes, 50 to 60,000 in grant funds to pay for those. But this resolution is just basically binding the commission to go about doing that when the time comes. That's all this is.
So it binds us. So the resolution is just that, says we will do that.
That's
And
correct.
get somebody hired by a certain time frame, probably.
Yeah, I wrote 24 months.
Yes, that's right.
You wrote what?
24 months, 2 years.
I was gonna say, by the time we apply for a grant and find it, it'll be a while. I think
Well, yeah,
Wade's
I
on
mean,
track.
but
Well, then you gotta go to the city council to get. Oh, no, this is strictly a grant. We won't have to go to the city council, will we?
Unless you wanted to use city matching funds, which is up to you guys. So
Let's wait until after
Yeah.
November 3rd to have that.
There'll be no many
everything out
funds
again
laying around.
with the
So-
zero tax.
Is that going back up on November?
I'm speculating. It'd be up to council.
I can't imagine not, but
It's, council will need them to provide the direction on what they want us to do. I have my opinion, but that's all. it is. So we would need this resolution adopted so that it can be included in the packet along with everything else that we'll put together over the next little bit.
So the resolution is that within 22 years, 24 months.
We will have
would-
developed some sort of
Design.
design standards.
And if we don't hit that, they'll probably revoke our status. I mean, that's the,
Ian, what do you think on that?
I doubt it. I doubt it, to be honest with you. It is improbable that they will come back and check,
I
to be honest
understand
with
that.
you. But and it is also just looking at the calendar, it's probably unlikely that you'll get it done in 24 months with the way the grant timeline works, but it's highly likely that you'll be started on the grant project in less than 24 months. And I think that's good enough. So,
Wow.
So the historic districts is in complete limbo. Anything can happen between now and.
No, we have, once our ordinance is published for 30 days, it is in effect and you will have the authority to issue COAs. They just have to be based off of the Department of the Interior's or
Their
the
standard.
Secretary of the Interior's basic standard.
Okay.
Yeah, since we don't have our own, we use theirs.
Okay.
Yeah, we apply those. Is that 7 points? 7? Or is it 9?
It was,
it's 10, I
10,
believe.
okay. I
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
all around it and nowhere near right.
And that's really what all local design standards are. That's what they are. It's just a much longer, drawn out, specialized version of those 10 basic, preservation commandments. So,
all right.
Can we do this resolution today?
Yes. Or you can do it next month. Either one doesn't matter.
Well, that's right. This resolution doesn't go in this other paperwork. This is a separate deal, isn't it?
We just have to pass it. I don't think there's any advance notice to anyone required for us to pass a resolution like that.
Do we wanna try to do it today?
Well, the resolution would state that this is a resolution binding, blah, 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 this district to have actively pursued. What's the title? What are we actively pursuing? It's got a title, I'm sure.
Design consultant to establish design
To
standards.
develop that design standard. I guess
Yeah,
the advantage of waiting one more month is it pushes the 24 months out one more month. And so
Well, yeah.
oh, okay.
we do it all at the next meeting and have everything ready to go then.
There's a plan.
Sounds good.
Wow, I didn't think it was gonna take near.
We have a motion to table that till next month's meeting.
So moved.
Second,
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
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 All opposed? Okay, be pushed out to next month. And that next month, that date, what did we say it was? April the,
Second Monday in April is,
13th.
yes,
Wade, would you like me to try to attend that meeting, or you think you got
yeah, if you're available, I think that would be,
it? Okay. I believe I am, but I'll check my calendar.
is there any old business to come before this commission?
Move we adjourn.
Second,
We have a motion and a second to adjourn. Any discussion about
Sorry for the
that?
restroom.
All in favor, say aye.
aye.
Ian, thank you for
thank you,
attending.
Ian.
Yes,
Thank
thank
you.
you all. Have a good week.
Yep, yep.
Yep.